Spencer Lewis here, post-race of Frost Fest with our resounding winner. It wasn't even close tonight in Thundercar competition. The Mastodon Shawn Chenoweth, fresh off of his Autumn Colors Classic win, rolls into Frost Fest, and I mean, man, it was only a contest when you wanted it to be. Once it was get up and go time, the 89C got up and went. Phenomenal run. You sweep both features. You're a Frost Fest champion, and the Igloo's coming home to the London Recreational Racing Squad.
Oh, absolutely. This thing was a missile all weekend here. It was good up at Peterborough, good at Sunset. She's been on a roll here just of late.
So we had Mike Schmidt come over and congratulate you right before we went on camera with this. 40 feature wins for the team this year for everybody. I mean, we got how many drivers? We got 9 or 10 drivers under the LLR umbrella. But how many of those did you get?
As of tonight, that's 22 feature wins for 21 feature wins for me and 1 for Bob this season.
Unbelievable. That's incredible. You went on that streak.
Thundercar, Varney, one at Varney, one at Sabo, one at Peterborough, one here. I mean,
that's incredible. That's just ridiculous. And you went on that streak from, it was like June 15th to August 30th or something like that. You didn't lose a feature here at Flamboro.
No, we've had a good season. This thing here really works good. I gotta thank Mike at MRE and my dad for helping me out, keeping it going every week. But she's hurting now. I blew her up doing donuts after the race was over.
That was a new, okay, because you looked at me on the front straightaway and said I blew her up and I thought you were kidding. That's a new one for me. Have you ever done that?
No, I didn't think you could hurt one of these crate motors, but she's definitely junk as far as we know.
Well, we might be calling in the warranty or something.
We'll check it tonight or probably tomorrow and make sure it isn't a clutch or something stupid, but I'm pretty confident that it's the mill that went south.
It might as well be, hey, once you go ahead and notch those final 2 feature wins of the year, whatever.
Yeah, I got really good supporters. We got Ben at GM on board. I'm sure we can work something out for another motor and we'll go from there.
I mean, you really sang the praises of this car all year long, right? I mean, right before you even ran this car, you were talking about how good it was. What is it that makes this chassis so different from anything else you've ever driven? Because this car just, you get behind the wheel of this thing and you just find a way to get to the front no matter where you are.
I'm gonna set some of the records straight here. I mean, I come down here, I really enjoy driving these cars. And everybody can say and call me and do what they want about, well, it's motor this, motor that, whatever. I've run every class and every division you could think of at this racetrack and been successful in it. And that's not knocking anyone. Everyone down here works their asses off. But I would hope when you get a brand new MRE chassis under you and you do your homework, you should be fast. I mean, if people don't understand that these days it's not just swing a car together and go racing. I mean, these Thunder cars are basically late models. I don't care what anybody says. The guys are putting a late model time in on them. And if you don't want to put in the time, you're not going to run up front. I mean, look at Lasvich's car at Sunset. The thing's a missile. Do you think they just wheel it out of the trailer every weekend? Not a chance. Those guys are working every week. Russell's car. Everybody works in these things. That's where this class is going. As far as I'm concerned, in the next 3 or 4 years, this is going to be the class. I mean, you're going to have limited late models, and I even think they're going to taper off just due to money factor, and these things are going to take over.
Well, I mean, look at Delaware. Is there any doubt that the Delaware Super Stock division is their sort of headline division now?
Delaware, that's going to be their future for sure. They're up around 20 cars a week, and I mean, the talent down there is retarded, and the whole field is cars and chassis just like this. When I go to Delaware, I'm a 5th place car, so I guess everyone at Delaware is a cheater as well, just like me.
So, well, let's talk about the playoff season, because we haven't got to talk as much as we would have liked to. Velocity, you drove from 19th to 3rd. Had you had a few more laps, it might have been a different story. So you passed more cars than anybody else on the speedway at a track that's far from your best. Sunset's not your strongest track. You went out there, put on a phenomenal performance. Go down to the Autumn Colors Classic, unload fast, you win the event, you dominate the second half. Come out to Frost Fest, win both features. I mean, you've had one of the strongest playoff runs of anybody in any division, especially in the Thunder car class. I mean, did you just come out and blow away any expectations that you had for this car this season?
I think early on we struggled with this thing a little bit, but once we got a spring and shock package under it that worked for me, and more so than my dad. My dad was driving it. It was focused on what he needed, what he wanted in the car to be comfortable. But when I sold my late model, it was game on. Let's get this thing. The thing behind me, and every week we wrenched on this thing, made him hours. Oh, let's try this spring. Let's do this. Let's try this camera. I mean, it was endless shit we tried. And obviously it's paying off. So I'm doing something tonight right now with Stagger. I'm not going to tell the world what we got, that I've never ever run in my life. I ran it at Peterborough, I ran it at Sunset, and I ran it here today. And I'll guarantee you it's the farthest thing from what I ever thought would work at this racetrack, and she worked tonight.
And we're going to ride that right into 2015, I'm assuming.
Absolutely, that Stagger.
We'll go until it stops working.
Stagger and spring adjustment we made, we're going to leave in this thing until she quits working.
Okay, so you're going back super late model racing. I mean, there's no question that these cars, they require the most day-to-day maintenance, the hours you need to put into these cars is insane. I mean, you race Pro Late model. Pro Late model takes a lot of time too, but the Oscars, it's clear that your time, the way you need to designate it next year, is going to be a little bit different. Are you going to be able to continue this wild-ass schedule that you had this year, where you're racing at least 2 cars every week, running across the province, Thunder car, late model? Pro Late model's out of the scene now. Now you got the Thunder car and the Super Late model. The fact that you have the Oscar, does that mean that your Thunder car is going to be run on a limited basis in 2015?
I think it'll be a little less than this year, but I'd like to get it out to Sunset more often. And I think with the Oscars running there quite a bit, that's going to play into running the 2 cars on a nightly basis. We'll probably take it up to Salt. Anywhere we go with the Oscar that's running Thunder cars, we'll probably take it. I mean, why wouldn't we? And then whenever I can get places, you know me, Spence, I'll get there as long as I can get there. I'm hoping to see, I would say probably 15, maybe 18 races out of the Thunder car next year, and obviously the full schedule in the Oscar.
So 12 Super Late model events, 18 Thunder car events. So that's a busy summer, my man. We need to. So I mean, how's the surfboard coming from Sauble? We need to get you that.
Sauble Beach, I love racing there. The people have always been really nice to me up there. But they really shit the bed on this surfboard thing. They promised us a surfboard with a picture of the car and all that jazz. I haven't seen nothing. Maybe they need to figure out what they're doing, because I don't think I'll be going back for any Dash for Cash until I get that surfboard.
So hopefully it's in the mail, because it is a badass trophy.
Oh, it's one of the coolest. Next to these igloos we're going to get tonight, that surfboard's the next best.
And now the Chenoweth Motorsports team has 3 surfboards, and we're going to tape them all together and see if we can't get you out on the lake.
She won't float, Spence. We need 4 or 5. I'm more stoked about my Super Late model. That thing's fast right out of the box, and we can't wait to get going next year.
Thank the people that make all this possible, man, because it takes an army to have this kind of success.
I got to thank Lenarek first and foremost, Bennett GM, Automotive Truck and Tire, Interkit Plumbing and Heating, Gray Bar, Transaxle Parts, Paulson's Kid for running that shit box in the background, KR Communications, Wilson's Ponds. I mean, there's so many. I know if I'm forgetting anybody, I'm sorry. We'll get you in the next one. I'm sure we'll be on this deal again. And hope to have you all back next year.
There you go. Cashman 2015. He's coming to the Oscar Tour. Don't think the Super Late model dudes aren't getting a little bit nervous either, because the Mastodon's coming.
I think we showed at Peterborough that we're coming and we're ready.
The Mastodon Shawn Chenoweth is coming full time on the Oscar Tour. Get excited for 2015.
Thanks,
we're out of here for 2014.